Hello, beautiful people. So, I'm doing a lot. I'm eating and filming and driving. Don't necessarily recommend. So, what I want to talk to y'all today about is what I've mentioned in a few of my videos already. And someone asked me to kind of break it down and explain what exactly does it mean. And I'm talking about the 80-20 rule in regards to eating. So there's obviously a lot of different 80-20 rules out there. You have 80-20 rule finances, is 80-20 rule in eating, the 80-20 rule in exercise. There's a lot of different 80-20s. So I wanted to break down what the 80-20 rule in eating specifically meant. Now, I've actually been doing this for a very long time. Where are my sunglasses? Hold on. Oh, I love my sunglasses on the property. Oh my gosh, I always drive without my sunglasses. Oh, wait a second. I left them at the property. I didn't have to stop at the property. I did. I don't have my sunglasses. Side note, I had LASIK surgery very long time ago, but my eyes are very sensitive to light, so I need my sunglasses when I'm driving. And I left my sunglasses at the property, so I'm gonna have to stop and get my sunglasses because it's not gonna be good. Anyway, we'll do it without my sunglasses today. So I've been doing the 80-20 rule for a very long time, and I started this haphazardly, not even realizing that that's what I was doing. But it was all about me trying to get to a place that I wanted to be in terms of my goals for dieting. And so a lot of times when you start out on a healthy eating plan or a clean eating plan, for me, I'm a planner. So I kind of need to know, where am I going? What is my purpose of doing what I'm doing? What is my why, right? And once I establish what my why is, I have to take very small steps to reach one goal. And just call it the project manager in me. I have to break things down into small, doable steps, right? So I stumbled upon the 80-20 rule. Didn't even know what it was. I didn't read anything about it. I just started doing it. And like I said, not realizing that that's what I was doing, as I started doing research, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's what I've been doing all along. And so basically, what it is 80% of the time, you eat clean, healthy, plant-based, vegan, whatever you want to call it, whatever your goals are, right? If your goals are to become vegan, and you're like, oh, I can't see me possibly doing that, there's just no way. Then what you do is you start taking little small pieces and say, well, I'm going to have one plant-based meal a day, and that'll start me on my journey. Or I'm just going to skip breakfast, and that'll start me on my journey. So that's what I started doing. When I first started this a long time ago, I started with adding a smoothie every day. That was replacing my lunch. And in doing that, it gave me a percentage of what type of foods I'm eating in a day, because you're only eating so many times a day, right? So ultimately what I ended up with is 80% of the time for me, and this is just what I do, 80% of the time I eat plant-based vegan. 20% of the time I eat whatever I want. And so for a very long time, that whatever I want was really only during holidays, vacations, special occasions, things like that. So realistically for me now, the 80-20 is more like 90-80 sometimes. I mean, there are periods in my life where I'll be 100% plant-based vegan, or let me say this, 100% vegan. There's a difference between vegan and plant-based. There are periods in my life where I'll be 100% vegan for like 3, 4, 5 months. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. If I feel like, you know, I haven't been doing right, if I'm getting convicted about what I'm eating, I may say, well, you know what, for the next 90 days, I'm going to do vegan. Which y'all know, if you watched any of my videos, I did like a vegan challenge. I think me and my husband did it for like 4 months, 5 months. Now, we've done this before. It's not like we've never done vegan before. I've been vegan for a whole year before. But I'm one of those that don't like to restrict myself to saying I'm going to do something forever like that. So that's why I've always liked the 80-20 rule. I said, well, you know what? The majority of the time I'll eat right. But if I'm on vacation, I'm going to eat whatever I want. Now, what happens is when I'm in that period where I'm eating whatever I want, I still have those little small convictions, so I never overdo it. I might eat a little bit of something for that day. But it never is something where it lasts for a long period of time, because I'm just so accustomed to eating the right thing. I have a conscience before I'm eating, and so I'll feel some kind of way. So that would work for a lot of people who are starting with trying to have a clean diet. You don't have to do it 100% of the time. There's no hard and fast rule that says you can't ever eat a burger if you want it. You can't ever eat a slice of pizza if you want it, or whatever. It's really about what you're comfortable with, what you want to do. But the main goal is to get you on a plan that's realistic. Some people like to just go all in cold turkey. But what I found in all of my research, even in doing it myself from experience, what I found is whenever I try to do something 100% all in cold turkey, when it's something that's been a challenge for me, I mean, you're talking like your entire life you've been eating a certain way, and then all of a sudden you just stop. I find that it's harder to stick to when you do that. Now, that may not be the case for you guys. Everyone's different. But for me, I find that I work better in knowing that I have that freedom and flexibility to sometimes have the occasional, meal whenever I want, and not feel like I'm completely ruining my diet. So I prefer to do the 80-20 rule. Now, like I said, realistically now, I'm more like 90-10. And that's fine, because my goal ultimately is to get to a point to where everything that I put in my body is good for my body. That is my intention. That is my goal. However, I like to be a realist, and not to say that that's not possible to eat clean 100% of the time, because it definitely is. But keep it in mind, your social life, your work life, your family life, vacations, birthdays, celebrations, all kind of things like that. Like I said, I don't ever want to restrict myself to saying, if I want a slice of birthday cake, I can't eat it. I'm not going to do that. I mean, now I'll try to make dishes, like my favorite dishes. I've figured out how to make just about everything that I like in a plant-based way, and it's good and it's fine. But if for some reason I decide to go with a coworker out for lunch or out for dinner and drinks or whatever the case may be, I don't want to feel like I can't do something. So I would much rather give myself the freedom and flexibility to say, you know what, if I wanted to do this, I can. And then if I get to that moment, I don't feel good about it, I just won't do it. But at least I know I can do it, if that makes any sense. So that's my intention. So you first have to just set a goal. What is your aim here? Are you trying to get to 50% vegan, 50% whatever you want? Are you trying to just get started and say you want to have one plant-based meal a day? Whatever your goal is, that's what you aim for. And then you take little small steps of what can you do to get you there. And so basically that's what the 80-20 rule is. That's what I've been following for years and years and years and years. Like I said, every now and then I'll go to doing 100% plant-based, but that'll be a specified period of time. That's not like I'm saying for the rest of my life, this is what I'm going to do. Now, who knows? I don't know what the future holds. I may very well say my goal is one day to be 100% plant-based, and it may be, but today that's not it. So you have to do what you know is possible for you to do. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because someone asked me to kind of explain that 80-20 rule. So I hope that was helpful. If y'all have any questions about it, definitely feel free to let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.